Welcome back to the Heartbeat Chronicles, the podcast that delves into the intricate dynamics of love, sex, relationships, lifestyle, wellness, journaling, the world of counseling and therapy, and everything in between. Today, we're delving into the hearts and minds of men to reveal the poignant desires and whispers that resonate within their souls. As we navigate the maze of relationships together, we'll uncover the words that men yearn to hear, those affirmations and expressions that touch on the essence of both their strength and vulnerability. Stay with me, soulful ambassadors, as we embark on this journey of understanding and connection. It's an absolute delight to have you tune in today. I'm Riley Mitchell, your guide through the tender, pulsating world of Heartbeat Chronicles. Each episode, each story is a heartbeat, and together we listen to the symphony of shared human experiences. I'm dedicated to peeling away the layers of the heart's desires, and I am thrilled to embark on this journey with you. So, let's delve into the hearts and minds of men, uncovering what resonates with them the most. And a hearty welcome to those tuning in for the very first time. You've joined us at a poignant moment, and by doing so, you've become a vital part of our tribe here at Heartbeat Chronicles. We affectionately call our community members soulful ambassadors, because just like you, they're on a quest to discover the deeper rhythms of the heart and soul. So, settle in, soulful ambassador. You're in for a journey that speaks to the essence of our shared humanity. Welcome aboard. Today, we delve into the profound yet often uncharted territory of the male psyche. It's a place where emotions swirl beneath a stoic surface, a landscape that may appear deceptively barren to the untrained eye, but is, in truth, teeming with depth and vulnerability. Our journey begins by acknowledging the psychological armor shaped by societal expectations, from the boys don't cry adage to the sturdy pillars of strength men are urged to be. But what happens when we look beyond these age-old stereotypes? We discover that men, much like anyone else, harbor a spectrum of emotions and yearn for an environment where their feelings can be expressed without judgment. It's not just about the words of affirmation they crave. It's the freedom to be seen in their entirety, to be understood and valued beyond their ability to provide, protect, or perform. Understanding men requires us to listen earnestly, to recognize the unspoken, and validate the feelings that resonate in the silence. It challenges us to dismantle the biases that deny men their emotional diversity and compels us to offer empathy as freely as we seek it. This episode seeks to be more than a conversation. It's an invitation to create space for the emotional truths of men, to acknowledge their complexities, and to approach relationships with a holistic, nurturing perspective. Let's continue to learn, to understand, and to connect with the heartbeat of their shared humanity. Breaking the stoic myth. Whoever said that men don't have emotions clearly hasn't met my Uncle Steve. That man cries more during romantic comedies than I do during allergy season. Seriously, he carries around a tissue box like it's his own personal accessory. And you know what? Good for him. Let's challenge this ridiculous stereotype that men have to be stoic and unemotional. Because guess what? Men feel things too. We're not robots, despite what all those sci-fi movies might have you believe. We need to start acknowledging and embracing the full spectrum of emotions that men experience. Yes, that even includes vulnerability and sensitivity. I know it might sound shocking, but it's true. Men can be vulnerable and sensitive. And you know what else? It's actually pretty damn healthy to express those emotions. So let's break down those walls of societal expectations and let men be their authentic, emotional selves. Expressing vulnerability. Picture this. A group of friends sitting around a campfire sharing their deepest fears and insecurities. Sound like a scene straight out of a rom-com? Well, it should be a reality. We need more open conversations about vulnerability, especially when it comes to men. It's time to create a safe space where guys can express their emotions without fear of judgment or ridicule. I'll let you in on a little secret. Vulnerability is not a weakness. In fact, it takes a whole lot of strength to be authentic and true to your feelings. So let's share stories of men who have embraced their vulnerability and come out stronger on the other side. Because when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we create deeper connections and build stronger relationships. Plus, It gives us an excuse to use tissues for something other than blowing our noses during allergy season. Impact of societal expectations. Societal expectations, the thorn in the side of emotional expression. From a young age, boys are conditioned to believe that showing emotions is a sign of weakness. Boys don't cry, they say. Well, I call BS on that. Boys do cry and men cry too. And guess what? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But these societal expectations and traditional gender roles take a toll on men's mental health and overall well-being. When we bottle up our emotions, it's like shaking up a soda can and hoping it won't explode. Spoiler alert, it always does. So let's challenge these harmful preconceptions and create a world where men can freely express themselves without any judgment or limits. Communication challenges. Have you ever tried to communicate your emotions but felt like you were speaking a completely different language? Yeah, me too. It's like we need a Rosetta Stone just to express how we really feel. But here's the thing. Societal norms have conditioned us to believe that men should be strong and silent. Well, forget that noise. We need to find ways to foster better communication and break down those barriers to expressiveness. It's time to rewrite the rulebook and create a language of emotions that everyone can understand. Maybe we need some emojis specifically designed for men to express their feelings. I'm picturing a combination of a muscle and a tear just to really hammer home that emotions can be strong and vulnerable at the same time. Diverse emotional experiences. Newsflash. Men experience a wide range of emotions. We're not just walking shells of masculinity. We feel joy, love, sadness, fear, and everything in between. So let's challenge this notion that certain emotions are exclusive to one gender, because emotions don't discriminate. It's time to embrace the complexities of the emotional world and celebrate the fact that men are just as capable of feeling deeply as anyone else. So, the next time you see a man shedding a tear during a heartwarming commercial, don't judge him. Give him a high five and acknowledge the fact that he's in touch with his emotions. Mental health stigma. There's a stigma surrounding men's mental health that needs to be addressed head-on. We're told to man up and get over it, as if mental health is something we can just shrug off. But let me tell you something. Mental health is real, and men's emotional well-being matters just as much as anyone else's. We need to normalize seeking help and destigmatize conversations around men's mental health. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to reach out for support. It's okay to talk about what's going on inside our heads. Because when we do, we can break down those walls of silence and create a society that values emotional well-being for everyone. So let's start those conversations and show the world that men's mental health matters. Support systems for men. No man is an island, and no man should ever feel like he has to face his emotions alone. We need to build support systems for men, just like we have for anyone else. Friends, family, partners, these are the people who can create safe spaces for emotional expression. Let's encourage men to reach out to their loved ones when they need support. Let's create a culture where asking for help is seen as a strength, not a weakness. Because when we have a strong support system, we have a foundation to lean on when times get tough. So guys, reach out to your buddies, hug your family, and let those closest to you know that you're there for them too. Parental influence. Our parents play a big role in shaping who we are, including how we express our emotions. So let's take a closer look at the impact of upbringing on men's emotional expression. Did your dad always tell you to toughen up and stop crying? Or did your mom encourage you to open up and share your feelings? It's important to examine how parental guidance and societal conditioning shape our emotional habits and attitudes. By understanding these influences, we can work towards challenging any ingrained stereotypes and creating new patterns of emotional expression that are healthy and authentic. Cultural perspectives. Emotional expression is not a one-size-fits-all experience. Different cultural backgrounds influence how men express their emotions. So let's explore the diversity of experiences across different cultural contexts. In some cultures, men may be encouraged to display stoicism, while in others, emotional expression is celebrated. By recognizing and appreciating these cultural perspectives, we can expand our understanding of what it means to be a man in the emotional world. It's time to break free from narrow stereotypes and embrace the beautiful tapestry of emotional expression across cultures. The path to emotional liberation. And now, my friends, we come to the grand finale. the path to emotional liberation. It's time to throw off the shackles of societal expectations and embrace emotional authenticity in all its forms. Let's empower men to be their true emotional selves without fear or shame. Change starts with each and every one of us. So let's challenge those stereotypes, have open conversations, and create safe spaces for emotional expression. Together, we can dismantle harmful preconceptions and foster a culture that celebrates and embraces men's emotions. Because when men are free to express themselves, the world becomes a brighter, more compassionate place. So let's rewrite the script and tell a story where emotional liberation reigns supreme. Are you ready to join the emotional revolution? I know I am. Let's do this. Certainly, I'd be happy to share some personal anecdotes related to decoding what men crave to hear in romantic relationships. In my own journey through various relationships, I've come to understand that men, much like anyone else, value authentic and genuine communication. It's not always about grand gestures or elaborate expressions of love, but often the small, sincere affirmations that make a significant impact. For instance, expressing appreciation for their efforts, acknowledging their strengths, and offering encouragement during challenging times have proven to be powerful ways to connect. Additionally, being attentive to their emotional needs and creating a safe space for vulnerability fosters a deeper emotional connection. Understanding and embracing their love language is also crucial. Some men appreciate verbal affirmations, while others might value acts of service or quality time. Learning to speak their unique love language has allowed me to tailor my expressions of love more effectively. Moreover, recognizing the importance of open communication about desires, fears, and aspirations has been a key aspect. It's about creating an environment where both partners feel comfortable sharing their innermost thoughts and feelings without judgment. In essence, it's the combination of sincerity, understanding, and consistent communication that contributes to a strong and meaningful connection with the men in my life. Remember, every individual is unique, so adapting to their specific needs and preferences is key. Whether you identify as male or female, we're reaching out to you today with a heartfelt invitation. First, to our male soulful ambassadors, there's something special we would like to dive into. We're genuinely curious to learn what resonates with you in your romantic relationships. It's your opportunity to share what makes you feel appreciated, understood, and deeply loved. Is it a certain phrase your partner says, or maybe a gesture that warms your heart? Whatever it is, we're here to listen and understand. Feel free to slide into our DMs or share your thoughts in the comments on Instagram at heartbeat_chronicles and at _soulful_Riley. Your insights and personal anecdotes are precious to us, and we're eager to hear what you have to say. Now, turning to our female soulful ambassadors, your perspective is equally invaluable. We're interested in your experiences and your knack for decoding the needs of men in matters of the heart. Have you discovered words or actions that touch the core of the men in your life? We invite you to share these loving keys that have made a difference. Don't hesitate to DM us or comment on our social media platforms with your stories and insights. This is more than just sharing stories. It's about fostering a community dialogue, a space where we can learn from each other, embrace open communication, and develop a deeper understanding within our relationships. Your stories, your voice, they matter. They have the power to inspire and resonate with others, to strengthen the bonds in our Heartbeat Chronicles family. Let's bridge the gaps and revel in the beauty of connection. Share your love, share your light. Together, let's illuminate the art of being soulful ambassadors in love. All right, folks, let's dive deep into the wild world of human connection. And what better way to start than by talking about vulnerability? Now, vulnerability isn't just about being open. Oh no, it's about exposing your true self, imperfections and all, and risking emotional exposure for the sake of genuine connection. It's like putting your heart on the line and saying, "Hey world, take me as I am." Picture this. You've shed off all those masks that society expects you to wear, and you finally feel free to let your true essence shine through. That's what vulnerability does. It fosters authenticity in communication. No more pretending to be someone you're not, no more hiding behind a facade. It's like taking off your pantsuit and dancing around in your underwear. Now, vulnerability and trust, they go together like peanut butter and jelly. When you're willing to be vulnerable with someone, it builds a bridge of trust between you. It's like you're saying, hey, I trust you enough to show you my true self, even if it means I might get hurt. And that trust creates a safe space for open and honest communication. It's like a cozy little blanket fort where you can share your deepest thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment. We all have our flaws and imperfections, but instead of hiding them away, vulnerability lets us embrace them. It's like taking that weird laugh of yours and turning it into a signature dance move that brings people closer together. Vulnerability shows us that imperfections can actually be avenues for connection and growth. It's like saying to the world, yeah, I'm not perfect, but neither are you. Let's be imperfect together. Now, vulnerability isn't just about you baring your soul. It's also about cultivating empathy in others. When you show your vulnerable side, you invite others to do the same. It's like opening a door to shared human experiences where we can truly understand and connect with each other. It's like saying, hey, I see you and your struggles, and I've got your back. Conflict resolution. Conflict. We all love it, don't we? Well, maybe not. But vulnerability can actually play a powerful role in resolving conflicts. When you're willing to express your fears, concerns, and insecurities, it can diffuse tension and lead to constructive dialogue. It's like saying, hey, I'm not perfect and neither are you. Let's work through this together. It's like turning a heated argument into a civilized debate with champagne and cheese platters. Okay, maybe not that fancy, but you get the idea. Navigating intimate relationships. Oh, the land of intimacy. Vulnerability is like the secret sauce that makes intimate relationships extra special. It forms the foundation for emotional intimacy, where partners can connect on a profound level that goes way beyond the surface. It's like saying, hey, I'm going to let you in, and we're going to have a dance party in the depths of our souls. It's like discovering a hidden treasure map that leads to a vault filled with love, trust, and vulnerability. Overcoming fear of judgment. Now let's address the elephant in the room, shall we? The fear of judgment. It's that nagging feeling that keeps us from being vulnerable. But fear not, my friends. There are strategies to overcome this fear and create environments where vulnerability can thrive. It's like building a fortress of positive vibes and acceptance, where everyone feels safe enough to share their deepest thoughts and feelings. It's like saying, hey, I won't judge you, so let's be vulnerable together. Self-reflection and growth. Personal growth, the stuff dreams are made of, and vulnerability is like the magical catalyst that sets that growth in motion. By confronting our fears and expressing our vulnerabilities, we embark on a journey of self-discovery and continuous improvement. It's like peeling back the layers of an onion and finding a shiny new version of yourself at the core. It's like saying, I'm ready to face my fears head on and become the best version of myself. Cultivating a culture of vulnerability. Now, imagine a world where vulnerability is celebrated in all settings, be it workplaces, friendships, or family dynamics. It's a world where authenticity reigns supreme. We can build this world by cultivating a culture that values vulnerability. It's like planting seeds of authenticity and watching them bloom into beautiful connections. It's like saying, let's create a space where we can all be our silly, imperfect, vulnerable selves, because that's when the real magic happens. So, my dear soulful ambassadors, let's celebrate vulnerability. It's the cornerstone of authentic communication and the key to unlocking richer, more meaningful connections. Embrace your vulnerabilities, dance with them, and watch as the world opens up in ways you never thought possible. Together, let's journey towards a land where vulnerability is embraced and connections are filled with laughter, understanding, and love. Today, we're going to dive deep into the societal expectations and stereotypes that are often attached to men's vulnerability. These expectations can be limiting and restrictive, but it's time to challenge and redefine them. So, let's get started. First, let's talk about the societal pressure that dictates how men should express vulnerability. Men are often expected to be strong, stoic, and in control at all times. Any display of vulnerability is seen as a sign of weakness. This pressure can be overwhelming and can prevent men from fully embracing and expressing their emotions. Addressing the stigma that vulnerability equates to weakness is crucial in breaking down barriers. We need to recognize that vulnerability is not a weakness, but rather a strength. It takes courage to open up and show one's true feelings, and that should be admired, not judged. When it comes to relationships, there are certain expectations placed on men. They are expected to be the providers, the protectors, and the ones who should be emotionally stable. These expectations can create a sense of pressure for men to always be strong, even when they may be going through their own emotional struggles. It's important to create an environment in relationships where men feel safe and encouraged to be vulnerable without fear of judgment. Cultural influences also play a significant role in suppressing men's vulnerability. Society often perpetuates the idea that men should always be tough and in control. This can be seen in various cultures where traditional gender roles are deeply ingrained. Breaking free from these cultural influences and embracing vulnerability can be challenging, but it's a necessary step towards redefining societal norms. Media portrayals further reinforce stereotypes around men's emotions. The media often presents men as emotionally distant, closed off, or even aggressive. These portrayals not only perpetuate harmful stereotypes, but also discourage men from embracing their true emotions. We need to scrutinize these representations and push for more diverse and authentic portrayals of men's emotions in the media. One of the major factors that hold men back from embracing vulnerability is the fear of judgment. Society often judges men who show vulnerability as being weak or less masculine. This fear of judgment can prevent men from seeking help or opening up about their emotions, leading to further isolation and emotional distress. It's important to create a supportive and non-judgmental environment for men to feel comfortable expressing themselves. Now let's shift our focus to personal stories of breaking free from the shackles of societal expectations. By sharing these stories, we can inspire others to embrace vulnerability and challenge the norms that hold them back. These personal stories highlight the transformative power of authenticity and how embracing vulnerability has led to more profound connections, both personally and within the broader community. But breaking free from societal expectations is not enough. We must also take action to champion change. It's not enough to simply talk about the problem. We need actionable steps to challenge and redefine societal norms. I will propose ways that individuals can actively participate in dismantling stereotypes and fostering environments that celebrate and encourage men's authentic emotional expression. Finally, I would like to invite our audience to join the conversation. I encourage you all to share your experiences and insights, creating a space where collective stories contribute to reshaping the narrative around men and vulnerability. Your voices are essential in this journey of dismantling stereotypes, challenging societal expectations, and championing a new narrative that embraces the beautiful complexity of men's emotions. So let's embark on this journey together and work towards a world where men feel empowered to embrace their vulnerability, where authenticity is celebrated, and where societal expectations no longer limit emotional expression. So let's talk about the communication challenges that men and their partners often face. It's important to understand these challenges so that we can find ways to improve communication and strengthen relationships. First and foremost, emotional expression can be a challenge for many men. Society often expects men to be tough and stoic, which can make it hard for them to express their emotions openly. This can lead to misinterpretations by their partners. So, what can we do about it? Encouraging emotional openness creates a safe space where men feel comfortable expressing themselves. It's essential to let them know that their emotions are valid and valued. Speaking of societal expectations, traditional gender roles can also affect communication styles. Men might feel pressured to conform to these norms, which can limit their ability to communicate authentically. Breaking free from these expectations fosters a more genuine and equal dialogue. Let's encourage men to be themselves and express their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment. Fear of vulnerability is another challenge that many men face. They might worry about appearing weak or less masculine, which can prevent them from opening up and being vulnerable with their partners. To overcome this challenge, it's crucial to create an environment that values vulnerability. When men feel safe to be vulnerable, trust deepens and connections strengthen. Men and women often have different communication styles, which can lead to misunderstandings. It's essential to recognize and appreciate these differences. Men may have a more direct and problem-solving approach, while partners may seek emotional support. Finding a balance between problem-solving and emotional expression is key to effective communication. Both partners need to understand and respect each other's communication styles. Active listening is another area where men may struggle. Active listening means fully engaging in the conversation and showing genuine interest. It's about giving your full attention and not just waiting for your turn to speak. Men may need some guidance and support to develop their active listening skills. Promoting active listening ensures that both partners feel heard and understood. Unspoken expectations can create problems in any relationship. When expectations are not communicated, needs can go unmet, leading to frustration. It's essential to encourage open conversations about expectations. Both partners should feel comfortable discussing their needs and desires openly to prevent misunderstandings. Fear of judgment can also hinder communication. Men might feel reluctant to express unconventional thoughts or feelings because they worry about being judged. Creating a judgment-free space is crucial for honest and open communication. Partners need to support and accept each other's thoughts and feelings, even if they differ from societal norms or expectations. Let's not forget about the topic of intimacy. Discussions about intimacy can be challenging for both men and their partners. It's important to encourage open and respectful dialogue about desires and boundaries. When couples feel comfortable discussing their intimate needs, it enhances their intimacy and connection. Work-life balance is yet another factor that can affect communication. Balancing work and personal life often leads to communication gaps. It's necessary to prioritize quality time and effective communication to strengthen relationships. Make time for each other, engage in meaningful conversations, and find ways to support each other's personal and professional goals. Understanding and addressing these communication challenges is essential for fostering healthier relationships. By creating a safe space for emotional expression, breaking free from societal expectations, valuing vulnerability, appreciating different communication styles, promoting active listening, discussing expectations openly, reducing fear of judgment, navigating intimacy talks, and prioritizing effective communication, we can promote stronger connections and deeper relationships between men and their partners. Remember, communication is the foundation of any healthy relationship. By acknowledging and addressing these challenges, we can create a more open, understanding, and fulfilling partnership. So, here we are, folks. The end of yet another riveting episode. Can you believe it? I can't. Time really does fly when you're having fun and uncovering all those juicy secrets on what men desire. And let me tell you, we've had a blast doing it. But before we say our goodbyes, I just have to give a special shout out to someone who goes by the Instagram handle Book Lover 1486. Oh, we see you, Book Lover. Thank you for engaging with our content and being a part of our little adventure here. You're awesome. Now, my dear listeners, I have a favor to ask. I want you to engage with us even more. Yes, that's right. Ask us a question, talk to us, be a part of the conversation. We love hearing from you, so don't be shy. Let's dive into the deep end together. And speaking of engagement, I want to take a moment to thank all our soulful ambassadors out there. You know who you are. You're the ones who like, comment, and really get involved with our episodes. We appreciate every single one of you. You're the real MVPs. And to all of you watching or listening right now, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We couldn't do this without you. Seriously, your support means everything to us. So, if you enjoyed this episode, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, like the video, and don't forget to smash that notification bell like there's no tomorrow. Now, let me give you a little sneak peek into our next episode. We'll be talking about thriving solo in the digital wilderness. Ooh, sounds intriguing, doesn't it? Well, trust me when I say you won't want to miss it. So, mark your calendars and get ready for some serious, soulful wisdom. And hey, while we're at it, why not connect with us on social media? You can find us on Instagram at heartbeat_chronicles and yours truly at _soulful_Riley. Give us a follow, share our content with all your friends, family, loved ones, and anyone else you think might benefit from our unique perspective. Spread the love, people. Oh, and did I mention we're also on Facebook and Pinterest now? That's right, folks. We're expanding our empire. Just search for Heartbeat Chronicles podcast on those platforms and hit that follow button. And hey, if you're a Reddit enthusiast, you can find us there too. Just look for Heartbeat Chronicles. And let's not forget, we have a link in our Instagram bio that'll take you to all our other social media accounts. It's like a magical portal to the soulful world of Heartbeat Chronicles. So don't forget to remind your friends and loved ones about it. Let's all be one big, happy, soulful family. Well, my friends, that's all for now. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing you another episode full of laughter, insights, and all the secrets you've been dying to know. Thank you for joining us on this wild and wonderful journey. Until next time, stay curious, stay soulful, and keep those desires alive. Catch you on the flip side. In this episode of the Heartbeat Chronicles, we dove headfirst into the wild and wacky world of men's emotions. We shredded stereotypes, built bridges of open communication, and assembled support systems that would make even the Avengers jealous. We rolled up our sleeves and talked about the emotional needs of men, because emotions are like houseplants. They need water, sunlight, and Netflix marathons to thrive. We discussed the power of emotional validation, affirmation, trust, vulnerability acknowledgement, and other fancy words that basically mean, hey dude, I feel you. But wait, there's more. We also learned about the magical powers of active listening, gratitude, and reassurance. These tools are like secret weapons for strengthening relationships. They transform regular conversations into emotional roller coasters that will leave you laughing, crying, and feeling all the feels. Speaking of roller coasters, we explored how vulnerability can actually be a superpower in relationships. It's like taking a plunge on the tallest, scariest ride at the amusement park. It might be terrifying at first, but it leads to deeper connections, authenticity, trust building, and personal growth. We took a magnifying glass to societal norms around men's vulnerability and decided they needed a serious makeover. We discussed stereotypes, stigma, cultural influences, media pressure, and the fear of judgment that often keep guys from opening up. But guess what? We're breaking free and championing change. And because we're all about practical tips, we delved into strategies for men to improve their communication skills with their partners. We tackled obstacles like emotional expression, social expectations, and the dreaded fear of vulnerability. So buckle up, folks, because our next episode is just around the corner. Get ready for more captivating stories that will keep your heart pounding like it's running a marathon. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a beat.